Try HelloFresh UK to get 60% off your first box, 25% off for 2 months, and to, of course, help support this channel. Link is down in the description. Thank you for your support. Well, between the last episode and this one, I think we've had our defining moment of the season because we were heading into an awful run of form, but one moment has changed everything. We've now got a great chance at the top 3, so let's see if we can keep it up as we visit a top 7 side today. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 22 of Saving Southend with me, Daniel. We are back today, still top of the table, and with 6 points separating us in 4th place. But we've also got a massive cushion to 8th now, which means the playoffs is all but certain for this year. Today though, we go away to 7th place Tranmere and away to the side that came up with us, Ebbsfleet United. And hopefully we'll be able to stay top of the tree as we head to the League Two run-in. If you're looking forward to finding out if we do, as the financial side is starting to look very lovely now, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. There's the simple answer if you're in League 2. 2 big money sales, get a sell-on from another one, or a clause it was for Casey Worcester, and then get an FA Cup tie away at a Premier League club. All of that, and your bank balance will look great. But for now, we've got to focus on the fixtures since you were last here, because we went into what I can only describe as a very difficult spell, and I thought it was about to be a crisis in confidence. However, one moment has defined the season. There's always one of them if you win a league, and quite often they're around this time of the year. And this was our moment of the equivalent nature. Because if we go through to the schedule, we lost 2 games in a row and drew a third. But that draw is the defining moment of the season, because we lost 1-0 at home to Port Vale. We didn't play too badly, but we conceded an early goal and we just couldn't get back from it. So a 1-0 defeat there. A 2-1 defeat at Crawley was a poor result, even though Aaron Presley did score and put us level in the 65th minute. We then conceded straight after. It was one of those games. But then came Cheltenham away, and it was drifting. It was drifting to a defeat. We scored early with Sonny Hilton, threw it away in the second half. But then stoppage time defined our season, and one of the 2 men we've got to thank is not even our player, because Ethan Hartness got sent off in the 92nd minute, a young defender from Cheltenham who was at Southampton previously, and he got sent off in the 92nd. And then in the 95th, as a result of that and the extra space in defence, Jayden Danns, the man who was trying to force his way out just 2 episodes ago, is now our star striker, our best training performer, and the man who might have secured us promotion, because that goal was the one that stopped the rot. If it had been 3 defeats in a row for the first time this year, I think we would have had a mini crisis set in. As it is, we got a point on the board. We stopped the rot, and we took advantage of it by getting successive 3-1 wins to follow up at home to pre-season favourites Notts County, who are all over the place at the minute. Corley Woodrow did get one, the man who rejected us in the summer, but Jayden Danns and a Will Ferry brace meant that we got a comfortable win on the board. And then against Morecambe, we did the same, probably expected, with them right at the bottom of the league. But a good goal for Ferry, Danns and for Elkin Baggott made sure we won this game comfortably. Now though, we've got a tricky run of away games. We played Tranmere, who are 7th, Ebbsfleet, who are fighting relegation, Swindon at home are chasing the playoffs, and Northampton away. A very interesting game. I've already mentioned those last 4 of the season, with Doncaster, with Bradford and with Forest Green in there. I do not want it to go to those games and be crucial, because we've seen there's only 6 points separating the top 4, and it could go wrong if we take it to the wire. We've proved we're capable of losing games in succession, so let's try and get through Tranmere. Anything other than a defeat is a great result. Of course, it's a midweek game, so we're going to our away tactic here, and we're just going to try and hit them on the counter. They've got a good team. Norris up front, Hendry in midfield. Is that Louis Watson, the old Luton one? Because he's too good for League Two. Yes, it is. He's better than any midfielder we've got. So this is going to be a difficult match. We go away to Prenton Park. We need a result. So let's see if we can pick up the points. We'll be back in a minute to run through the team. Well, after some careful wrestling with both fatigue and with loan players, this is the team we've gone for today. It's as strong as I think we can get away with, and it also takes away a few of the concerns, but we're still taking 1 or 2 gambles. So the fitness of Will Ferry is definitely one. Aaron Presley is still out of form, got that lovely goal in the Crawley game, but apart from that, has not scored since the hat-trick against Colchester. Can't complain too much though. We look out at the squad, Saxon Airley still nowhere near fit. Dan's really struggling with fitness, which is a shame because he'd been our best player. And Titchmarsh is really heavy with the match load, so I'm just going to look after him. Jack Earing's back out of form. Dewenny's not playing well. Kingdon has really struggled since coming back on loan. So as a result, this is the team we've gone for today. I've opted for the two I have at wing-back because they're natural wing-backs, whereas the others are not. And the rest of the team is who's fit and who's firing. So we've got Daniel Rose in goal. What a season he's had. Parker, Cox and Baggett the back three. Matheson and Tomlinson the wing-backs. Then Morehouse is in midfield, back to fitness and doing well alongside Russell Denny, with Hilton and Ferry off Presley. I'm aware that Ferry and Presley will not do 90 minutes. Dewenny and Cardwell are there for that. But we're going to need some heroics today from someone, and it's probably going to have to be an unlikely hero, because if Presley doesn't find form early and starts to fatigue, we've not really got any of our other normal match winners that will be on at the end of the game. So let's go and get off to Prenton Park, Tranmere away on the Wirral. And this one is going to be big in our promotion race, because if they win it, it will start to close the gap again. 5 changes they've made for this Wednesday night fixture. You've got Callum Robinson, Connor Washington, Louis Watson, Luke Norris. No wonder they're in the top 7. Josh Umer is there on the bench as well. Sam Sherrin, we've managed before in FM. They've not got a backup keeper either there, have they? Looking at the defence, there's a few weaknesses. Can we take advantage? That's the big question. Let's go and ask the lads to put on a show. We've got a few of them motivated. We're going to get into the first half and just hope we can nick an ugly win. This one is not going to be pretty. Well, the first goal of the night goes to Ebbsfleet, who are playing at the weekend. So nice to put them in confident form as we get the ball at the back. Although I think it might be next Tuesday, actually, as Turnbull gets it to Watson. What a player his is. Someone we might have to look at if we get promoted. As the ball goes wide again to Gibbons. I think that's my biggest aim for next year if we do go up, is to try and reduce the amount of loan players that we rely on in the first 11. Don't mind having them in to fill the squad as, hang on a minute, Norris is in. But when we rely on them for the 11, it's going to be problematic. We might not have to worry about that though, because 6 points clear, this is officially our game in hand. And if we lose it, it's going to get tense towards the end of the year. We've not been in great form, and even the 2 we won recently, we've not been playing that well. With half an hour gone, we've conceded from the only shot on target. We've created nothing ourselves. We've got a free kick with Russell Denny now. Cots to Baggett. Deflected shot off the line. Weird strike that. It's into the box again. McGee beats Presley to it. I know I'm a big fan of them, but we've not really got the quality behind Presley and Ferry. And we're really missing that squad depth as Ferry's on the corner again. Big ball to the back post. Presley's up. We don't need backups. Will Ferry's corner. Headed in by Aaron Presley. It is an also familiar combination, but my God, it's a successful one this season. Will Ferry has ended up being just about the best free agent signing we could ever hope for, and Aaron Presley is chasing him down quickly. 1-1 at the break. Tranmere have only had 1 shot on target. You offer me this result now, I take it. Let's see if we can get to the hour mark. Baggett will probably come off. He's struggling. Not played well despite his good performance against Morecambe. And he does seem to struggle more when he's in the back 3. And then we'll look at Ferry as well because he's knackered, but he's playing really well. As Matheson heads it down the line, Hilton will chase. Can't get there, and Wolfenden brings it away. Morris on the left side back to Turnbull. And there's time in midfield for Hendry. He looks forward, but Cox does well to intercept and find Morehouse. Great to have him fit again. If we can get him in his top form, we're going to have a good finish to the year as Russell Denny tries to find Hilton. Lovely little nutmeg for Matheson. Into Aaron Presley, who scores again. Give that boy service in the air and he will score goals. 2-1 we lead. Let's make a change or two. Will Ferry is going to come off. Do I go for the more defensive option? Bring on Johnson and push Tomlinson forward? I feel like that might be the safer pick than going for Dewenny, but then he's a good winger, so he'll come on for now. Let's not go defensive yet. Dewenny on, Kingdon on for Baggett. We'll just shuffle the others over one. And that's how we're going to go for now. An hour on the clock. I can't take Presley off yet, but Cardwell's there when we need him. A really good performance on the road and a really good result as it stands. Might be another one of those defining moments. Looks like they're running out of steam as well. But now Hilton's picked up a knock. Presley's knackered. Let's not take risks. We'll put Delaney to the right. We'll do what we said a minute ago on the left with Johnson going left wing back, Tomlinson further forward. And then we'll put Cardwell on for Presley, who was brilliant again and might yet be the match winner. We've got one more change, but I'm going to leave it for now. Will probably be one of the midfielders. But let's try and wrap this up first. Reece Russell-Denny, we're not going to see it, but what a signing he's been too. As Delaney's got a corner on the left-hand side. In-swinger to the back post. Cardwell's up, brings it down really well. Finds Morehouse, likes a shot from that range, and he hits the woodwork. He smashes the woodwork. I did not see that shot coming, I've got to be honest with you. And with 15 to go, it's Reece Russell-Denny who's struggling. It's going to have to be Jack Earing. Until a month or two ago, was probably our best performer for about 6 weeks. Was scoring every game, was carrying the ball forward. Let's see if he can do it again. Great save by Daniel Rose. That is unbelievable. That's the difference with him this season. That one moment where we have a bit of pressure, he claims the corner, he makes the big save. I'm so glad that that's the man I spent the money on, because he's definitely the right signing for it. We're going to stoppage time. Excuse me as I smack the mouse because it is time to get on the time wasting. We're going to a back five and a 4 in midfield. There is not going to be much attacking intent now. Morehouse, you can be support duty. Earing, you can be defensive duty. Fullbacks on support or defend even. We're going to go proper backs to the wall here. Wingers on support is absolutely fine. And then in terms of this, we're not going to pass the space. We're not going to overlap. We're going to time waste. We are going to slow the pace down. We'll still run at the defence. I don't mind that. But we're probably not going to counter at speed. And we're just going to try and see it out. Fingers crossed for 5 minutes we can hold on. It's been a really thoroughly decent performance, but we are now having to do it ugly. A performance of champions on the road again. The last one was that last gasp equaliser away from home. And this one is a very big victory. 2-1, the train continues. Parker's back fully fit and playing well. And my word, Aaron Presley, you keep on delivering. Let's go and get through to the weekend or the next midweek game. It is Ebbsfleet United away from home. We're still at the top of the tree. Well, we return for Tuesday night and fitness test time, and despite a few knocks, we're not doing too badly at the minute. Dan Mooney is out and will miss this game. Saxon Airley is apparently almost back, but I'm going to give him one more game off. Otherwise, though, we're nearly at full strength and we should be in a good position. It's also been a very good week off the pitch, though, because if we have a look at what we're waiting for, which is our latest youth intake that's expected to be pretty average, it might be one of the last ones that falls into that category, because despite 2 of the 3 requests being rejected, with our boosted finances now, I went and asked the board for different improvements. They have gone to improve the youth recruitment, they're spending 2 million on the youth facilities this summer, and they have also increased the junior coaching budget, so everything will be above average or good now. We've also loaned out a couple of youngsters to lower league clubs, and we've also signed a new deal for one of our youngsters who came in last summer and went out on loan to the National League. He's doing a very good job there, by the way, at Dagenham and Redbridge. So all's looking pretty good at Southend at the minute, and we can keep bolstering those things off the pitch. We know they're trying to build the stadium as well. As long as we keep selling one good young player a year for a good fee, we can basically afford to do that. And for me, as you know, improving off the pitch is always the priority. So let's go and get through the tactical meeting. We're going to Ebbsfleet, who are playing 4-4-2. And that means, despite the fact we're away from home, we're going to go and match them up. Jaden Dans is back fit and will come into the team. What the rest of it will be, though, I've no idea. Back in a minute to run through it. Well, here we go then. We've gone for, again, as strong as I think we can, with a couple of gambles considered, but a few of the players with a heavy match load are dropping out, and there's a few surprises outside the squad. So Earing and Kingdon do not make the bench, but this is what we've gone for. Morehouse drops out with a heavy match load. The rest I've gambled on, but put appropriate subs on the bench. And I've also opted for Baggett over Cox for the same reason, lighter match load as well. So this is the team in full with a change of shape. We've got the same keeper, the same fullbacks who have just dropped from the wing-back area. Baggett and Parker both played, but no Cox alongside them now. And we've also got Hilton and Ferry out wide. Russell-Denny is joined by Titchmarsh in the middle. And the extra centre-half drops out for the informed Jaden Dans, who joins Aaron Presley through the middle. He is the most improved player. He's the one we're watching. And these two, well, we're going to have to watch out for offers, aren't we? Because both of them are in mighty form. Away to Ebbsfleet, who came up from 7th in the National League last year. Can we get another win or another point on the board and edge closer to promotion? Because at the moment, the gap to 4th is 9 points. Well, it's 4 changes for an Ebbsfleet side that have got some strength in depth, in fairness. You look at the players in the team today, the likes of Sharman Lowe, who is one of the best keepers in the league. Did throw one in last time we played them, though. They've also got the likes of Kenlock at the back, a very good young player. Probably not that young anymore either. They've got quality, and they've got a few of their National League heroes still there as well. So let's go and tell the lads to prove a point. It's a gamble going 4-4-2 away from home, but generally, when we've matched up like for like, we have been the better of the two teams this season. So let's see if we're able to do it again here. We've gone pretty strong by our normal standards, and we've had 6 days off with this being Tuesday as well. So hopefully it will allow us to show our best, as early on, the goal kick for Ebbsfleet with a big one downfield. Baggett wins the header, it falls for White, and he goes long over the top, but Matheson gets there, and Reece Russell-Denny has time in the middle. Up towards Jaden Dans, and now Presley. Wide to Hilton. If he can get to the byline, there's 2 very good players in the box. Hilton delivers, Presley in. Great save by the keeper. We talked about his quality. I mean, after Rose, I'd argue he's the best in the league. As Ferry's got the corner kick, in swinger. Left footer to the back post. Who's up? It's Ethan Backett. I think his name's Elkin, isn't it? I've got it wrong again. It's out for another corner. We've got to take advantage when we have these little spells. The couple of games we didn't do it, we've ended up really regretting it. As Hilton gets the ball in, up goes Baggett again. Headed away as far as Matheson. He finds Ferry onto his left foot. Has support, but is going to be forced backwards, isn't he? No, he goes side to Russell-Denny. Back out wide to Hilton. Can he find the ball in? Attacks the box himself. Delivers into the front post. And Sharman Lowe there again. Beats Presley to it. Playing very well so far, the Ebbsfleet keeper. As Ferry throws into Russell-Denny. And Tomlinson. Good run from him. Shot over the bar. I almost didn't start him today. If he'd scored there, I would have been lauding my genius. As that free kick is just wide from Ebbsfleet. And that's why you've got to be careful. One moment of magic from a good player can change everything. We've dominated the game. We've had all the best chances. We've not made it count. So let's encourage the lads, keep the confidence high. With half an hour gone, we need to find a breakthrough because the expected goals is approaching 1.5. We've got a knock to Russell-Denny, but he looks all right. As Jaden Dans picks it up on the left for Presley. Back into Titchmarsh, who's sitting deep in midfield. Tomlinson finds Russell-Denny. And back to his partner again there. Tomlinson cutting into Russell-Denny. Back to Baggett in central defence. And it's all the way back to Daniel Rose in goal. Can't accuse us of not being patient here. As Matheson gets it at right back. Running centrally, where Titchmarsh drops deeper. Does allow our fullbacks to invert if they wish to. As Dans picks it up in a centre forward role. Good run. Oh, that's great footwork. That is unbelievable. Russell-Denny made a decoy run to the left. Presley made the natural run to the right. And Dan's just did the little scoop with the foot as in, I'm going to pass it. No, I'm not. I'm going to cut back this way. That's unbelievable. That's match-winning quality. To think we almost lost him. To think he wasn't playing enough for his own liking. We were just settling you in, Jaden. Look at you now. As Ferry gets the ball on the left-hand side. Plenty of space to run into, but passes short to Titchmarsh. He's in a centre circle. Presley looks for Dans again. Hilton makes the run, and that means Matheson can overlap. Great ball in. Rowe beats Presley to it, though. Titchmarsh to Matheson. This is an onslaught. Hilton gets the ball on the right. Into Presley. Dans is in the middle. Crosses block back to Hilton. Hilton curls it wide. It stays 1-0. But how? We've been so good. It's been a dominant display. And it's still 1-0 at the break. But what a performance it's been. We've got most of them motivated. We're playing lovely football. And you know what? I say the same again. With the core of this 11 fit, we stay up in League One, in my opinion, once we get there. I know I could have a fitting comeuppance if we get shocked in the last few weeks, but once we got through that sticky spell in February, I felt confident we're going up, and nothing is changing today. As Ferry's got a throw on the left to Russell-Denny. Nice one too. Can we get the second goal? Lord knows we deserves it. Dans plays a good one too. Reece Russell-Denny in. He only scores on camera. The goal against Colchester in the derby. And now he's got one against Ebbsfleet as well. 2-0 on the hour mark. A dominant display. And now we've got to defend the corner. Do not give them a route back in when they've been so poor. Chapman cuts it back to the edge. It's a good effort. It's just over the bar. We were quick enough to close it down that he had to rush it a bit, and that's worked out in our favour. We'll get to the final 20 before making a few changes. I'm going to do both fullbacks for Johnson and Scott Morris because they had heavy match loads. We're going to go Presley off for Cardwell. Just protect him. He's not having his best game. Titchmarsh is doing all right. I'm going to leave that for now. Maybe Morehouse is the man I bring on. Might do Dewaney for Hilton because he had a knock as well. And then we'll leave the last one 5 more. Probably be Russell Denny for Morehouse, if I'm honest. So we'll keep an eye on that because he has been the best player on the pitch. But I don't want him to get too fatigued because we're seeing at the minute we desperately need him in this run-in. Morehouse is going to come on for him now. It's 2-0. It's been, at this stage of a season, about as comprehensive an away win as you could hope for. And Dewaney is trying to make it better now. He charges down the right at 2-0 up. Scott Morris overlapping. Big switch to Ferry. It's a great ball. Dan's is offside from the cross. But it was lovely football again. We're carving them open. And Ebbsfleet are down to 10. They've got a man off injured. They've made all their subs. What's Tanner going to do here? Don't go edge of the box. He does. Why are they not closing it down? My only frustration. Why does that tactic always get ignored? I don't understand. And it's been changed now as well. I really don't understand that. So let's get the go back there to the edge of the area. Get him out on the edge like that. And then this tracker here is going to be an edge of the area too. I just want to close it down. I've no idea why that keeps reverting. I've got the set pieces on myself. It's not being done automatically. And it just reverts. I keep setting it time and time again at the start of seasons. And it's happening across all saves. Maybe it's a little glitch, but let's not get too downhearted. We very rarely concede from set pieces. We've got the second best record in the league. And we're dominating this game. We just need another goal. As Dan's from the kickoff finds Cardwell. The hero returns. Our non-league superstar Harry Cardwell. Probably not playing as much of a role as he liked this season. But even if we go up to League One, I'm not changing those 2 target men unless something very special comes along. Cardwell comes on, scores a big goal, and makes it comfortable again as Morehouse breaks away from the corner. Chance to get down the right. Forced it to act 30 yards or so to Scott Morris, and now Dewaney. Up to Cardwell, who can't quite get there. It's back into midfield, but Titchmarsh nicks it for Jaden Dans. Good football to Cardwell and Morehouse. Edge of the box, chance to pass. Doesn't need to. What a shot from Morehouse. He loves a long-range strike. He's got a great dance on him there as well. Not sure about the rhythm. But 4 minutes to go. We're 4-1 up. The same as the last episode, isn't it? The late glut of goals to make it comfortable. 2 players coming off the bench are making a huge impact in Cardwell and Morehouse. This is the squad we wanted. We're going up now, don't doubt it. Nice work, everyone. Thank you for your efforts. Now let's have a look at the table. 82 points we sit on at the minute. We are 5 clear of Doncaster, who have got a game in hand. Crucially now, 12 clear of Bradford, who lost their game against Crewe Alexandra tonight. And Walsall lost 3-0 at Cheltenham. So that gap has gone from 6 to 12 points in this episode, purely because we snuck the win at Tranmere and we got the victory there. Even now with those last 4 games, and if we have a wobble, we should be up and secured by then. The race for the title probably going to go a little bit further though. So we're going to get excited about the 2 victories and the thought of promotion, and look at that little run. That's how important the Cheltenham game was, because it was the start of a 5-game unbeaten record, rather than being 3 defeats in a row and a crisis. We've praised Russell Denny, he was brilliant. Parker's got a fitness concern, but after the weekend, we've got 2 weeks off. And Colwell, what are you doing at that level? Oh, it's Joel Colwell, a different one. Let's go and have a look at the schedule and see when we're going to be back. I think we're just going to do the last game. Look, we're going to win promotion. I'm almost certain of that. And I think we're probably going to win the title. The Doncaster game is big, but at this stage of the save, it doesn't really warrant coming back for unless it's really close. If it is, we will. But if not, Forest Green on the final day. Hopefully a promotion party. And time to move to League One. If you did enjoy this one though, 2 very big wins. 2 very different style of wins as well. And please do put a thumbs up on the video. We've got both tactics working supremely. We can deal with almost anything with this side. And after going through that little blip, we've come through it in style. And it looks like the inevitable is incoming. If you want to stay up to date and find out if it does, then please do subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We'll be back with this one in 2 days' time, I hope, for a promotion party. But will it be with a League Two title as well? You'll have to join me to find out. In the meantime, we're back with a head coach tomorrow. You can find that playlist if you've missed it in the eye above. There's also more up there from the Twitch channel, the football podcast, where we've got an interview with a Luton legend today, and so much more as well. But thank you very much for your support and watching as always. Thank you to HelloFresh for their partnership too. Link for that in the description as well as all the socials. And I'll see you in 2 days' time, as fingers crossed we can add some more silverware.